What's going on, everybody? You are now watching and listening to the Lady Guru Show. What's going on, Guru? Yeah. We are coming in hot.
I heard what you said. My God, how could I not? Am I canceled or not?
All right, everybody, we have a special guest today. Her name is Fatimah.
The undisputed had to do it, had to teach about the movement, get into it, I keep it moving. Yeah, the mocha mommy, hard to find me. Got a problem, run it by me, don't side eye me or stand by me. If you niggas grind me, got a lady and a baby, try to play me, try to lay me where they head be. Nah, see, I'm smarter than your ass. Pinkies up, I got class, plus he's stupid, so I pass. See, I'm taking my time, they running the race, I already won. They running in place, I already prayed. The Indies is late, already ate, I already ate. Going for seconds, they moving in minutes, they trying to go get it, I already did it. Yeah, I already did it. Step back to get what they cannot have. Top pick in the draft, I shift the game in the craft. Mommy serious, beat your pal with this track. Hey, mommy furious, seen the riff, make the run, shoot this shit. Got the nuts, all the fun till the funds is done. Invested, now I got a bigger bag, I need a bigger thumb. I'm beast of this shit, they think they king the Kong. Beating chest, but they puff, sell they soul for some songs. Now they think they money long, sold their rights for some wrongs. Thought the grass was green until they mowed the lawn. I'ma stay righteous, dust to dust. Switched it up, off the on, all peace till it's done. One.
What's going on?
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Full name is Fatimah Patrice. What's going on?
Yes.
Love the name.
Right.
Yes. So let's get into it, gurus. Dave Chappelle's attacker says he was triggered by comics jokes. I think we went over this before, right? Isaiah Lee revealed why he rushed the comedians on stage at the Hollywood Bowl, blaming the comedians' quibs about the LGBT community. Dave Chappelle may have been attacked at the Hollywood Bowl earlier this month, the same reason that so many of his fans and media observers assumed. Isaiah Lee, the audience member arrested on suspicion of assault after he allegedly climbed up on stage and charged the comedian. And what he said was, I identify as bisexual, and he wanted him to know what he said was triggering. He also says, I wanted him to know the next time he should consider first running his material by people it could affect. Lee claimed that he wanted to have fun at the Netflix is a Joke Festival event, but Chappelle made jokes about his past material, which has included controversial comments about the LGBTQ community. In addition to making jokes about homelessness, Lee says he has experienced homelessness himself.
Did we not cover this topic?
Yes.
Especially about, comedians not being able to say whatever jokes in their craft. He's not allowed to say OBG jokes, but he's allowed to say the N-word.
That's what I said last time. And
so we're back there again on comedy drama again.
Yes, and it's more like that he charged, he was body slammed. His shoulder was leaning. His shoulder had to lean with it. Wow, with it.
I thought it was like Photoshop.
Yeah, I was like,
With the
oh
gun
my
knife.
God. My whole thing is, listen, we don't care who anybody is doing. Everybody be themselves. Nobody cares.
Right.
It's so open in society. We accept it. We accept the LB. I don't even know what it is, but I accept it, and so does he.
But you know what?
He'll even say he's friends with some of them. But why do you keep doing this to our comedians? They can't talk about nothing. Like,
nope. And he was saying like that he's attacking homeless people too, because he had a little joke about that too. But at the end of the day, like, this is an attack on art, period. And I know we're going to talk about that in a minute.
Yes, art. It's a form of art.
Eventually, the rate that this is going, if this is what people want, then forget your entertainment, because we ain't gonna have nothing.
Don't go to the comedian shows. Don't go to a comedy show. That's it. Point blank.
And that messed up because that messes with their money, you know. And it's crazy because now you can't really get into writing, into your craft, into your jokes. You know,
Fatima, that's just like somebody getting mad that you said a certain thing in one of your rhymes.
Yeah.
And saying that they was triggered.
Yeah.
There goes obesity rhymes too.
There we go.
You know, because then you can't write, but you can't joke about obesity. You can't, you know, that's gonna be next.
About nothing.
Because you know, there goes the fat jokes. And then
exactly.
jokes as your mama's so fat. And jokes like your mama's so fat.
That's what makes it funny. All jokes are triggering.
No, because listen, now he can't do fat jokes, and I'm a BBW, okay? And I love it. I will laugh at it tremendously because you know what? I'm confident in myself, and people don't understand. In some comedy is reality, and when you mix the truth, people don't like the truth. They don't like the truth. So they get offensive when they're not even being targeted. It's a joke.
That's what comedy, stand-up comedy in particular, is about. Like they're speaking truths and finding irony in it and what's funny. That's the part that's funny because it's true.
Hello.
If this generation was around when Def Comedy Jam was around, boy, oh boy,
everybody would have been canceled already.
But everyone.
Cancel.
Okay.
Snipers.
I'm telling you. As soon as you walk off the stage.
Soon they're not gonna be allowed to have no crackhead jokes too, because they're gonna campaign against the crackhead.
Insensitive. Really?
Because crackheads have safe houses now.
Hello.
I'm really finding a problem with this word triggered.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like people are using that word to act a certain way. Like, oh, I was triggered, so I went off the handle. Oh, I was triggered.
Yes. So then let's talk about what the word trigger means, right? When you say you're triggered by something, that means that it touched a part of you.
Because it's something that's real.
Healed. Like it's a part of you that's not right, that isn't healed. That doesn't necessarily have to do with the next person, but it has everything to do with you. So all while it may trigger you, that's not necessarily what it's meant for. And that doesn't mean that it applies to everybody else.
Triggers come from actions. Okay, think about it. What's going to trigger someone is because an action has been in place. You know, every action has a reaction. Okay, so what, you know, why did that person react? What triggered it? What happened?
Everything that's going on when a comedian says something, they're getting slapped, they're getting body slammed, they're getting kicked off shows, that they have to apologize.
Yeah,
for stuff they said
like, for
5
what?
years ago. Yeah, when Kevin Hart had to apologize.
Yeah, Kevin Hart. I remember
before
that.
he hosted the Oscars. It's like,
the Oscars.
for what? Yeah. Listen, and it's specifically on one party, and that is the gay lesbian party.
Yes.
Because I don't know all the abbreviations. My
mind something.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And if you have a problem with comedy, then why do we attend your comedy shows too? Because there's a place in New York where you can go called Lips, and it's a comedian show with drag queens, and they serve you dinner, and it's funny as hell. And they talk about each other. It's so fun, and I love it, and I promote it. You know, I went and paid money for it. Not that I'm promoting, but if we could sit there and do that, why are you not letting other comedians do their own thing? But you want equal. But you want equality. You want to be equal.
But I think
come on,
that particular group, the LGBTQ community. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm hitting some things right now, but maybe that is a group that is a little behind the other groups and minority as far as advancement in being able to heal certain things.
They are so advanced right now. They're accepted everywhere.
For real.
They are so
They
advanced.
pass
They're
laws.
more advanced than minorities at this point.
They pass laws for them. So we still trying to not get killed.
I think it's a self thing, an inner thing. And because you could joke about Black people, you could joke about whatever.
Yeah.
And if you know who you are and you can let the punches roll off and you know it's just a joke, then that's what it is. But for some reason, when it comes to this and comedy, it's been such
like off limits. Like
right.
Yeah. And I noticed that across the board too. Like it's just like, don't touch that subject. Oh, but you can say that, you can say this, you can say that, but don't say that. And it's like, that's not right. And it's not fair to the other groups. So but hey.
So where we living?
The guy that attacked Dave Chappelle, come to find out, the same guy right now is basically in trouble with the law for, I believe it was some kind of attempted murder.
Yep, on his roommate.
But he's just violent. So he's just a violent individual.
On a roommate.
It's rumored that he was in a halfway shelter with. So that's where the homelessness part comes from. He was homeless, yes. But also quite, evidently, he's,
he had money to buy a ticket to go to the show.
Hello now. That triggered you buy a ticket?
You got money for a comedy.
Yeah. Now you're coming out, he's homeless. Like homeless people.
I don't know if he was homeless at the time. I think this happened like in 2018 or something.
Right.
And they never caught up with him.
Right.
And this, all of the publicity from this, the guy identified him and reported it to police that it was him that stabbed him. He got stabbed by this man. I don't know how he got away with it. He got an escape. But obviously, you got some issues, dude. Like it's all around the board that you have issues with. Like you have issues with yourself. That's what it is.
Yeah, we really have to give it up to a lot of the people who control these events, who are making sure
like crazy.
Making sure things go right, for security and all of these people, because I believe that all of this pressure, all of this stress, I think they're the ones that's gonna get the brunt of the stress because of our environment right now, So, all right, Guru. So we got Fatimah Patrice here, and we'll be back with a great rapper.
I'll take that.
Yeah, Fatimah Patrice. Listen, yeah. Proud of my black skin, black American, ascending of the stolen people. If you ask me, caged in the system, but you never trapped me. Lied on our past, but the truth was sick. Now the proof is leaked. Now we're flooded with facts. It's still escape from poverty. Asked about my status, has an interest in the goddess. I'm the hottest and he knows it. Pulled me closer to compose it. He trying to write this melody, but first I need to see. Are you really meant for me, or just another one with the morals of a bum? So I hit the whip. Let me think about it. Are you a street asylum? Did I read about you? Cause see, I need to know, cause I'm trying to see about you. But see, I'm private with my private, so don't ask me what's the you trying to get this money, reach the top. I wanna rock with you, ride with you, fly with you. That type of love that make me die for you. But does that even exist? When they spit it, I hear it. They chase, I tell them go get it. The rhythm I give them, so infectious, I know I kill them. My dick in the trigger set is bigger than the bag. I see that, all that money weak, can't retreat, I need that. Spend it on something foreign, now they call me L-boy. Living legend total icon, you can act big boy. Pretty face that you enjoy, you bored with life. Fill the void with the best, more than less, I never stress off the next. So turn it up, I'm about to burn it up. Left eye your shit, you re-up, I buy your shit down. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. If you can't respect the Quincy, you can't rock with us. I'm gonna spit it,
and we are back with the Lady Guru Show. What's going on, Guru?
Yes. Memorial Weekend.
Yes, we have a rapper here, who
A
is
female MC.
a female MC who is gifted with words, and I really want to highlight that because it comes back to artist who is gifted with words and being able to make music to it. Everybody, let's welcome in Fatimah Patrice.
Hello.
Okay.
I must say, welcome to the show. And I would have not thought because you look all businessy.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought you just I
You look
guess
great.
you are a businesswoman.
Sure. I work.
Fatima,
Yes.
Fatima, I have a question, right? And
Uh-huh.
leave it to me. I don't know if you watched some other episodes, but I get it started. Can you spit something for us?
Yeah.
Of course. I always come prepared because every interview they're like, I got a question. I'm like, I know what they about to ask.
Okay.
So my turn.
Go ahead. All you,
right.
baby.
Listen, when I spit it, I rip it. They chase, I tell them, go get it. The rhythm, I give them. So infectious, I know I kill them. My brother Trigger said it's bigger than the bay. I see that. All that money we can retrieve. You know I need that. I'll spend it on something for, and then they call me Elroy. Living legend, total icon. You can ask big boy, a pretty face that you enjoy. You bored with life, you fill a void with the best. More than less, and I never stress off the next shit.
Yes. See, now that's you can't announce as a rapper. That's an MC. Because a lot of all this drill music, all this stuff they have, and you don't find a lot of people nowadays that actually, got bars.
Right.
Nowadays,
And can rap.
and speaking of that, I feel like some of your music that I've heard, I kind of feel like it's not not intertwined and injected necessarily into like all of this new school, like it's just about a bop and
Yes.
and got no substance to it. Like from what I heard, you have a lot of substance.
Have to.
Various flows at once.
Yep. I appreciate you saying that because that's probably one of the biggest things that I pride myself on is like saying something, because a lot of times people are just like, let me talk about this, which I feel like it's nothing wrong because I love me some Megan Stallion. I love her. I love me some Cardi. I love the girls. I love the city girls. I love them because that takes bravery to stand up there and do what they doing. That's brave. Like who can do that? Literally go stand on stage in front of 1 million people in a bikini or in some drawers or something. Like go do that. Like, and you just confident in it. And it's just like, you know what? That's cool. But I'd rather do this because this is more my lane. So that's what I enjoy most. It's like, I love to just like sit down and think of like, I like this. This goes with this goes with that, like conjunction and just pulling words together and just making something just amazing. So that's the fun part to me.
What made you start this path?
I'm sorry?
What made you start this path?
Everybody all at once. Let's go.
I know, right? I was just saying, like, what made you start this path? Is it something that always been in you, or is it just, something that came along the way and you're like, oh, I can do this?
So like my whole life, like my family's like a music family.
Okay.
So I'm from the Bay Area. So E40, The Click. So there was Sugar T. She was like the first female rapper. I was just like, wow. Sugar T. Yeah, because that was my mom. She just like, oh, here's some music that y'all should listen to. Oh, here's some Lil Kim. Here's like my family all like, oh, like women are like huge on like, oh, women empowerment and like, oh, you can do it, girl. Like that's how I grew up. And so seeing women like do their thing. Like Eve was the first person that my mom let me buy her. I was like, I gotta get her. Please, mom, I need that CD, please. And she was just like, yeah, you can have it. I studied Eve's first CD up and down for I don't know how long, and to this day I still, when she got an Instagram, I went crazy. I was like, oh, there she go. Like that's like mother for me. That's mother. Her and Erykah Badu is like mother to me.
She inspired you. She inspired you.
Absolutely.
But what about Eve and Erykah Badu particularly inspire you?
They're wordsmiths. Like even Eve, like people think like, oh, she just was talking about this. And I'm just like, but did you hear how she put that together? Like, you know, like she'll say
The
something real
metaphors.
wild,
Mhm.
but you be like, did she just say like, and it's like, you
Mhm.
catch it. And then Erykah Badu, she like said stuff that's like metaphorical. Like you be like, wait, does that mean like she talking about like 3 nickels and a dime and stuff? You like, what's she talking about? They make you break it all down, and you just
And
like,
call Tyrone.
Okay.
oh, and she got that off the top of her head. She said, oh, that was just a freestyle. I was like,
Wow.
Yes,
Right?
she did. Yes.
mother. Yeah.
I could actually see you like younger, just writing words down in a book.
Oh,
Your vocabulary is something different, you know what I'm saying? And it takes a lot of skills with that. I could see you with a book of multiple, just writing everything you remember down. Like you could just be anywhere. Yeah, I could
She's like,
see you with
look,
that
it's
book.
right here.
Because your words
every
and
day.
that's what inspired me with Eve as well. It wasn't
Mhm.
it wasn't her style. It
Mhm.
was she had words, and those
She
are the
was
type of
yeah.
rapper, old school rappers that got their notebook wherever they go. They write it down,
Mhm.
and that's skills right there. And I like that you're very like you're very classy with it. You know what I'm saying? You got that deep tone voice, like, yeah, I'm gonna do it rough, but look at how classy I am. You know what I'm saying?
love
You're
somebody.
beautiful, baby. Keep
Thank
rising
you.
to the top. Don't let it stop.
Thank
Loving that hip hop.
I appreciate it. I take all that in. I appreciate y'all having me here as well. Thank you.
Now with Fatima, what are you working on right now? Are you on your first, second mix? What's going on with the projects?
So no projects as of now. Everything is just like single because everybody that I've been working with, like collaborating with, is like, let's see if we can find you a definite sound. Cause it's like you say something over here, you got a little bit over here, you got a little over here. How can we take all of that and just make it a sound? So I'm working with a producer named Calvin Chaos, and like he's real cool. So he's like helping me like, oh, what about this? Do you like this sound? I'm like, yes, but I feel like I can go a little bit more this way. So it's like playing around a bit more and like rebranding. So that's the process I'm in right now, is rebranding. So like you'll see me in something with like a short bob wig, or you'll see me with curly hair, or you'll see like all these different looks. It's just like playing, like dabbling in paint. I'm painting right now. So that's the process now. At first I thought I had it. I was like, oh, I got it. Like,
Doing a lot of like little traveling right now too, or is that you're all over the place, right? You performing, right?
Yeah.
But Fatima, you're saying you're rebranding, right? You're rebranding everything. So, how long have you been, being an artist performing,
Seriously? Because I was in a girl group and we was just joking around. We was called Girl Scouts. I had a whole different name. It was fun, but we weren't
So you
serious.
started in a girl group. You started in a girl group. And how long did that last?
Yeah, it was cute. Oh,
She said it was
okay. So you know, as an artist, you don't make money right away. It didn't last. It was cool. It was a couple. We did a couple.
Did you guys not get along in the group?
No, that's why they ain't the girl group.
Because I used to be in 2 girl groups back in the day, and I don't know what it is.
Women cannot work together.
It just don't. It don't work because one of the reasons was because one of the girls, she was just like, we're not making any money. We're doing all this stuff and blah blah blah. And I said, but we have to invest. We have to invest. And she was just like, I don't feel like I'm investing. I feel like I'm wasting money. And I was just like, if you feel that way, then So then it was like, you my best friend.
What do we say to that? Put in that work. Right. You want to do something? Put in that work. And let me tell you something, Fatima. I think. You say you're like rebranding and whatever. You want to stay modern, because I can see you with the pony to the side, old school with the big hoops. Like I could see that being your brand. Bring it back to Eve, old school Eve way. You know what I'm saying? Missy Elliott, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could see that coming back. Yes. And I could see you doing that because you got that voice to fit that style. You have that voice to fit that style, like TLC. What is it? Total. Where the big earrings escape. All of them. You fit that.
One of the things that I noticed on your Instagram is that you come off well off of hooks. Like
Mhm.
it's
There we
like
go.
and also one of the great things about MCs is when they rhyme, it sound like they talking to you.
Mm.
You know, so where in like where did you get that thing to want to come off of hooks and throw that 1 minute or that verse together on there?
So that goes back to the girl group. We all wrote our own bars. I think that's what they had a lot of struggle with. I don't have struggle with writing rhymes. It just kind of just flows. I hear the beat and I go. But that's where it came from. Where I always had to write the hook. Like it was always like, oh, you gonna write the chorus? Yeah, I got it. Like so, it just that's how it started there. But with like the freestyle little segments or even the short songs, I feel like that's where I start my meat and potatoes. It's like when I write, it's like, okay, this sounds like very catchy. Ooh, I'm gonna throw that as the hook, and then I'll go ahead and write my verse. So that's where it mainly starts for me. It's like I usually write the hooks before I write my verse.
Are you more inspired when it does it, because I know the process for you, does it happen more often where you hear a beat and then you're inspired, or is it just like you going about your day or whatever and you're inspired and then the beat goes according to that?
Both. I'll be at work and they be like, there she go again, walking to the back. I'll be like, oh, that'd be dope. I'll have my phone on me and I'll be like, I'm like, oh, that sounds, oh, that go. And everybody like all day with it for real. I'm like, sorry, it just come. And then like sometimes I'll just sit down like, what need to write?
Miss Fatima,
Oh,
I see
do
you
I?
right now. I see you right now as the one where you don't need a beat because you could put the
Oh,
words
wow.
to any beat. So I don't see
Yeah,
you being as
work
both. I
though.
see you like maybe more up here with I don't care about no beat. I got the hooks. I can make it work with any beat. And like, okay,
Yeah.
beat down. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see you as because you got words.
Yes, it's definitely both. It's both. Like if someone says, "Hey, we're writing to this," I'm like, "Okay, great," and that cool, it works. But I do feel like it is faster when I have the beat. Like, cause they're like, "Hey, we're gonna write about socks."
Right.
Cool. Let me write about some socks. And then other times it's like nothing. And it's just like I just feel like writing, and then I just free write, and then I pull from each sentence. Like I write like it's like storytelling.
Also, your flow is different. You know, your flow. You know what your flow kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of basically somebody running and then running some more and then running some more. And I don't know if you understand what I'm saying,
Yeah.
but it's like there's
Someone told me that the other day. They were just like, and it just kept going. And I was like, okay, I think that's good.
yeah,
I think
it's
that's
Like
like
good.
bone thugs in harmony.
yeah, everything is there, like the commas is there and everything.
Yeah, they like, it just kept going. And I was like, I'm like, they wouldn't tell me it was a good thing. They were just like, it just keep going. I'm like, all right, thank you. I think.
Ask you this. I know you said you're rebranding yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
do you have like an idea of what you want your brand to be? Like, what's your goal here? Like, is it just to make music because you love music? Do you have like something where you feel like you have like a higher purpose with your music or something like that? Because you're very lyrical and you have messages in your music. So what about that?
You hit it right on the head, because the message is like to basically, because like my name is Fatima and it's like the Prophet Muhammad, that's his daughter. And so it's just like to have that message. It's like it's weird because there is power in the name, because I feel like it's like I have something to say to y'all. Like, no, like let's do this. I'm not trying to be a preacher, like be like, oh, you're doing this wrong. You're wrong. It's just like, no, I feel like this is good. Exactly. There we go. Being more of a teacher than I am a preacher. So that makes, to me, that's where I feel like it's going for me. Like I'm keeping the lyricism, the way I'm delivering, I'm keeping that. But as far as like a look that I'm trying to stick with, because me being, well, I feel like, okay, like the Blazer give you teacher vibes, you know? So it's just like, I'm touching on, it's like, what can I do? Like, what kind of look that I can give that'll be like, yeah, I can see that, because it goes for voice. Like,
keep doing it, because you have currently, I don't know if I can really name too many artists, and especially female artists that are going about that way.
Rocking out with a blazer.
Mhm.
You don't see that.
Different.
That's
Right.
different.
Much respect. Much respect.
I think Fatima froze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fatima, if you could hear us, just okay, well,
Well, at least she froze in a good way.
You
You know how some people freeze up.
I did it. Mouth wide open.
Are we still filming?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
And you want to end the film?
Oh, there she go. Okay. And so everybody, check it out. We will be back with more Fatimah Patrice, and we will be back with more of the show. We're back after these messages.
I hear how the story unfolds. He's a friend of your son, so he's a youngin'.
Yeah.
He wasn't in a good place in life at that time. He was struggling with addiction. You're Jada Pinkett Smith. I mean, you're famous before the boy is born. And you know darn well you're getting involved with him and the risk that he could fall in love with you. Because honestly, that didn't sound, I felt some kind of way.
And he was completely
And if it was Cliff, y'all know.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
all
I
in.
told you, that got to me. I'm like, hold on, ain't he like young? She
It was
taking
his
a
son's
picture of this
friend.
boy. Yeah, because I did have an issue with that.
It was
Like,
a
what
He
is
was
with this young
all
boy?
in. He was all in, and she was playing. Okay?
And she knew.
Yeah.
playing.
Man,
Right.
she was right in that young dingling.
Come on now.
And could you
Like with
imagine if
my
it was
boy.
Will with Willow's friends? Could you imagine it?
But I'm learning all of these things.
She was always actress when she was young.
Sorry,
you know?
Blake. Okay, I'm good. I just had to get that off my spirit.
And we are back with the Lady Guru Show. Hey, Gurus, this is a really, really interesting story here. Most people who follow rap music know lyrics from rap artists have been used. I'm sorry. Most people who follow rap music know lyrics from rap artists have been used in courts as evidence against them. Another word for lyrics and poems is art. However, when it comes to the lady named Nancy Crampton Brophy, the court deemed her art called How to Murder Your Husband unadmissible. A jury in Portland has convicted a self-published romance novelist who once wrote an essay titled How to Murder Your Husband of a fatally shooting her husband 4 years ago. Prosecutors told jurors that Crampton Brophy was motivated by money problems and a life insurance policy. Crampton Brophy's How to Say that girl detailed various options for committing an untraceable killing and professed a desire to avoid getting caught. A romance author charged in a 2018 fatal shooting of her husband scored a legal victory this week when a judge ruled that a blog she wrote titled How to Murder Your Husband can't be presented in evidence against her. But here's the kicker. Detective Darren Posey previously told jurors that Compton Brophy called him 4 days after her husband's death to ask for a letter of exoneration that she said was necessary to collect $40,000 in life insurance. Gurus, how would you feel if you found out your spouse arranged to have you killed? What the hell is going on here?
Wait, hold on. First, I gotta say she was stupid because you should have not. Am I allowed to say that? Stupid. Because how you gonna go write a book about that?
Yeah, but they have no evidence on her.
Wrote the book years ago.
Oh no, that's incriminating yourself.
How?
Another thing, how I don't, that's not a kicker to me because first of all, when somebody dies, somebody passes away, you have to pay for their funeral. So you do need the insurance.
Life insurance, yeah.
Pay for the funeral. So I don't know why that's
Did
always.
she get convicted for his murder? Was she charged? Was she charged for his murder? Was it because of the book, or just like before the book, or like?
No, it wasn't because of the book, but that was thrown into the case. That was thrown.
Well, yeah, it wasn't thrown into the case.
Why was there a case to begin with?
In other words, they started investigating her, but because of one of the reasons is because she went down to the station and asked about
the exoneration.
Not only that, they because they saw her van when she said that she was nowhere near the crime scene. They saw her van on the video when she said she was nowhere around. They saw her driving back and forth from the crime scene.
So that's so crazy because I saw a little bit of backstory on as to what was happening. And when I saw the backstory, basically what happened was he was a great loved chef by his school. He was working for his school, I think, over being a chef over 40 something years.
Okay.
He was doing awesome in his life. He had no arguments, no problems with his wife at all. Basically what happened was he just went missing one day. His children, he normally preps breakfast for his children in the school, and when he was prepping, he was supposed to be prepping breakfast, but he never showed up. And I guess whenever he was found, the children found him laying dead on the floor in the cafeteria. What? So yeah, I was watching the backstory on this, and I'm like, oh wow. So then that's when, like you guys were saying, like she been wrote that How to Kill Your Husband book, but it just so happened it's now playing out in her life because he's dead. And she didn't know, she don't know. She's saying she had no idea what was happening. She think that it was a student that probably did this to him, but all the students were like, he was loved. We loved him dearly. No one would ever do such a thing like this to him. You know, they don't know what happened. He just went missing. Then all of a sudden he's dead inside the school.
But the thing is that you have to have evidence. Where is the gun? That's no evidence. That's not evidence to me. Where is the gun that was?
It could be evidence.
Okay, no, it's admissible in court because she wrote a book years ago.
Yeah,
That's the whole thing that we're talking about.
She wrote the book years ago, right?
We can write a book on how we feel, but that doesn't mean
what really incriminated herself was when she called in on that life insurance. It was
you needed it. You need that for the funeral.
No, but I guess it was the way she went about it that made it seem suspicious for them.
That's the first thing you do.
The word exoneration. That's what the suspicious part is exoneration, because into 4 days was she already a suspect.
Mm-hmm.
Was she? I don't know.
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't a suspect in the beginning. No,
she wasn't a suspect.
Not.
Okay.
No.
Now, okay. Exoneration meaning, I didn't have anything to do with this. That's exoneration.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand. I'm kind of confused. So, like, if she went over there to get exonerated from it.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. Okay, lady. That was stupid.
There was two things. There was two things that linked her to this case where police officers got suspicious. Number one, her van was going back and forth to the crime scene.
Yes, they did say that.
So that right there links her to the crime scene, which is she was there. Right. After saying to the police that she was
not there.
So her book, How to Murder Your Husband, must have been trash, huh?
That exactly, because I ain't never read it.
If you don't know that there's cameras everywhere, girl.
Exactly.
Everywhere.
But why would you even write a book like that?
And so the whole thing about she right now is on trial. Yeah. Okay. Oh wait, no, they found her guilty, right?
They found. I think it was yesterday.
Yes, she's waiting to get sentenced.
Yeah.
There's no evidence. There's no evidence in this particular.
That was part of the evidence, was the minivan going back and forth in the area, in the crime area, and her saying that.
So how come they're just coming up with this now? You understand what I'm
What
saying?
did he die from? What did his autopsy report read? What did
He was shot. Wasn't he shot?
Yes, he was
Yeah, he
shot in the
was
So
shot.
back
then where's the
once.
gun? They got the proof. They got the weapon. Do they have the weapon?
No.
No.
But you don't have to. You don't have to have the. You don't have to have a murder weapon to.
You really
that's
do.
not something that's necessary. But
You really do need the murder weapon.
you don't have to have the murder weapons.
But I tell you what, look,
Guilt.
in the court of law, they can take you before a jury if you are at the scene. If you say that you weren't at the scene and they find out that you were at the scene, they can depending on the judge who hears it and an indictment. See, if once she got indicted, that means that she would have to prove in court that, and apparently the court and the jurors thought that she was guilty
because of the book.
So
No.
there's two things that she did wrong that I'm hearing right now. It's the word exoneration. She called for exoneration so she could get the life insurance. That means that if you're telling me that she wasn't already charged and she's trying to get exonerated by the detective, that means that she felt she may have been a suspect and she may be guilty in some kind of way. And, you know, she was trying to get exonerated. The second thing is lied about her whereabouts. She lied
they
about
got
her whereabouts.
motive and they got her location.
They saw her minivan on camera going back and forth to the location. So if you wrote this, like I said, it must have been trash. This is common sense stuff.
Was the book written before or
Yes.
after the
Yeah, it was
exoneration?
before.
So I think she went basically to get exonerated from the book saying, I did not do this. You know what I'm saying?
She's
Like,
stupid. Why she ask for exoneration and then bring out the book? Then she's stupid. That's why they locked her dumb hand up.
She may have tried to get the life insurance, and it could be because she wanted to pay for a funeral. That's what
you
happened.
have to. Like, that's the first
right?
thing you do.
So sometimes in insurance policies, what happens is if there is a suspicion of murder or anything like that, they can connect that to the
That's probable cause, they probably think, because she
Right.
went, you know what I'm
But
saying?
let me ask you something. If he got shot in the school, you in the school and you got shot, where are the cameras in the school? He was found in the cafeteria. Was the wife in the cafeteria?
No. He was in there by himself. The children found him.
No,
His
you say he
kids
was
found
shot
him.
in the school? Did you wait? Did she say he got shot in the school?
yeah, in the school. In the early morning when he was
It
preparing.
was before school started because he was prepping breakfast.
Even if he got killed in the school, so like nobody heard the gunshot?
That's what I was thinking when I heard everything.
Somebody had to be, it's always somebody other, come on, the whole school. There's janitors, there's
The
other people.
janitors, everybody. So
But
it
but
doesn't
he-
make
That's what I was saying.
Here's what I'm not a lawyer, but I do know this. There is a certain amount of evidence that they have
that you need.
they have to collect in order to indict somebody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once somebody is indicted, it's a wrap. They're gonna have to go before the jury.
Yep.
Either they
Yes.
could cop to it or they could say, no, I'm not guilty.
Right.
So she said, no, I'm not guilty. So therefore she went to trial.
Yeah.
And in that trial, they put the prosecutors put all of this together.
Evidence together.
So let me ask you something. What was they doing before all this? Were they questioning the school? Were they getting footage from the school? Like, what were they doing before all this happened? Now, all of a sudden, the wife did it.
No,
Did this
it
man
wasn't
have a
all of
funeral?
It wasn't all of a sudden.
Right.
Was-
Whatever they
yeah.
was doing was enough in the court of law from her peers to get a guilty
But there's not enough evidence. What state is this in?
You don't feel like if somebody denies being at the scene of a crime and then there's camera footage showing that your vehicle was there, might not have been you, but if somebody didn't, you don't think that that's evidence enough or no?
No, I don't think that's enough evidence because she She could have been going. Could have been her route every day. Her husband worked at that
But she
school.
said she wasn't there. She said she wasn't in the area. She
Yeah.
wasn't in the
She
area.
wasn't at the school.
She said she wasn't in the area at the time of the killing.
She didn't know. How would she know that the time of the killing then?
No, but she knows where the area is, though. She know where the
But
area
that
is.
might be her.
She's
That
there
might
now.
be her route to where she's going, where
Why
she
nobody
takes
heard
every
the
day.
shotgun? Nobody
but
heard the
if
gun.
It was in the school. There's cameras in the school. Did they
Nobody
see
heard
this?
the gun go off.
Obviously not.
Was it
Right.
28 times?
They didn't say that in the story.
They didn't say that in the story.
And that's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily true. For culinary arts, if he was teaching in a kitchen setting, that does not mean that there were janitors there. That does not mean that there were cameras there. It doesn't necessarily
Those janitors, they gotta clean the building. There's a school. There's a school.
It doesn't necessarily mean it was.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that stood out to me. It's, Fatima, you might have an opinion on this.
Oh, I'm just listening. Y'all go ahead.
Well, the thing
Good.
about it is that
y'all know, it reminds me of audiobooks. Y'all listen to audiobooks?
Yes.
That's what it reminds me of. I'm like, who did what? Somebody got shot. Ooh, go.
Here's the thing. Now what prosecutors are doing are they're trying to take rappers' music and they're trying to prosecute them based on their lyrics. So what was interesting about this case is that this lady has multiple books about how to kill your husband.
Yeah.
And some kind of way the prosecutor said, and no, not the prosecutor, I'm sorry, the judge said that's not admissible.
It's not.
Now, so if that's not admissible and it is art, how are you getting guilty, trying to get people to go to jail based on their lyrics?
No,
it's the same thing.
That's not going to be admissible either.
So Jay-Z and Yo Gotti are fighting this thing right now about why prosecutors are basically getting guilty verdicts off of rappers. If you go back to C. Murder's case, back then, here's a prosecutor who basically said, okay, he did it because of his lyrics.
Okay, see, this is a good one. Beyonce, Me, Myself, and I. She said that song's about a friend. She's telling her friend's story. So that's why I'm like, no. Because she was just like,
right.
Kids, who's standing, who house went down? And she's just like, no, that's not my story. That's my friend's story.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, no, because they could be lying.
It will be so admissible in court. Yeah. I don't think any court can take what your art is and use it against you.
That's what's going on right now.
That young thug thing.
This is the issue is that this is a white woman that wrote a
hello, let's not forget,
or a blog, and it wasn't allowed to be used as evidence. Now you have rappers, you have the hip hop culture, you have these Black men that are being prosecuted, and their lyrics and their music are allowed to be used as evidence.
Who recently that happened to?
Young Thug.
Gunna.
And the prosecutor was delighted. Oh, I enjoy saying this one.
No, they had the footage though.
Yes.
That's
it was the footage.
We're talking about
two different things.
There's multiple things that are presented as evidence. You can have footage, but now you're talking about you can present their artwork,
lyrics.
Did they present their rapping in this indictment?
Yes.
When?
I've seen a clip. I saw the clip where the guy, the prosecutor guy was like, oh, I'm so delighted to say this one. And he was saying homie's lyric. Yes, it was to the judge.
And this is not the first, this is not the only case.
But they had multiple.
It's been multiple
yes,
cases.
It was real footage. You can look that up.
That's why you have Jay-Z. That's why you have Kelly Rowland. That's why you have Robin Thicke. That's why you have all of these celebrities that are trying to fight this and put into law that you cannot use art,
Yeah.
lyrics
Yes.
as a form of evidence in these cases.
Yeah.
Yes, you can't.
Collaborate and make lyrics. You know,
But
they
but
come
they
together
that's
and do
what
it.
they've been doing to indict the, and I don't know, to not even to indict. That's what they've been doing to put these rappers as
Behind
evidence
jail.
to get them locked up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
but
right,
I thought with that case they had footage. The footage overrides any of their artistry, because I even said I love their lyrics. They were doing good for the community. They were doing good for everybody, but they were still in that gangster life.
Right, but
Well,
that's
see,
had
you
footage of
though.
crime.
That's just you. Now,
no,
when
no.
you present it in front of a jury,
What Madeline is saying is basically, but what we're saying is that they're using music lyrics as well. They're not just using what the what is captured
Evidence, whatever
on
evidence.
camera. They're using the lyrics as well to support their case.
They can say it, but it's immiscible. They can't use their art.
They're using
They're
it.
using it though.
How? How?
The judge.
The judge, yes.
The judge lets that see, in order for a prosecutor to put evidence in, it has to be admissible by the judge. And these judges and the judge, is saying, okay, we'll use it.
Right. But when did they pass the law? There's a law. Did they pass a law for this?
there's no
No.
federal law.
No.
But in certain states and certain counties and in certain cases specifically,
The
this has
RICO
been done,
law.
and the judge
There gotta
has
be a law
said-
against this. It has to
has
be.
said-
There has to be.
It has to be. People gotta read the
what
codes of
Jay-Z and them
law.
trying to fight.
You gotta read them codes of law. Because it
It's
doesn't
like
make sense.
Stephen King's books and his movies. Is
Right.
he really that person?
Right.
No.
See,
He just has an imagination.
what this is
That's like
what,
Quentin Tarantino. Is he a murderer? Because all his movies are killing and you know? It's like
what people are basically noticing is it's the judges have what they call this word. It's
What
called
they wanna do.
discretion.
Hello now.
Discretion
they
is
wanna
a
do.
broad scope depending on who's using it.
Yep.
And so discretion, judges are allowed to do basically whatever they want when it comes to
And they shouldn't be. There should be a broad line against that. That needs to be nipped in the. I told you the system is. You see that equals thing. It's not equal. It's not equal.
Right, you see this?
So who's supposed to check them? This is why people, you have to vote for your politicians.
Yeah, the
okay?
voting, yeah, that's where
when
it
it
counts.
comes to the judicial system and
Yep.
the people that are at the top who make these decisions.
They're all crooked. We have to take over.
yeah. They need it, Albany. That's why you have to check them law. You gotta check those law library books.
They are out of control right now. This legal system is out of control.
This is what's been going on for decades.
Yep.
They say they're gonna do this, do that. You vote for them. They do the complete opposite.
Plant your seeds, grow your flowers. The time is now. The world is ours. Plant your seeds, grow your flowers. The time is now. The world is ours. Plant your seeds, grow your flowers. The time is now. The world is ours. Plant your seeds, grow your flowers. The time is now. The world is ours.
Okay, so Fatimah Patrice, thank you so much for being on the Lady Guru Show. Please let us know, where, if you have any music out or what platforms they're on. Also give us your social media handle and where people could, find you, where we can listen to your music and all that great stuff.
Absolutely. First of all, let me say y'all are hilarious. I know y'all probably like, this girl goofy as hell. Like she's cracking up. But this was a beautiful show. I had a good time because y'all was being real. Like this is how I feel and I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to let you know how I feel. And I love that. I love the rawness of it all. I just love listening. I'll be like, oh, I love this. This is so awesome. But okay, so anyways, everybody can find me on social media. I'm mainly on Instagram at Fatimah Patrice. Remember the H in Fatimah because a lot of people say they can't find me because they forget to put the H at the end. But yes, you can find me on Instagram mainly, and then Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, the whole shebang. You can find me there under Fatimah Patrice. Yeah.
Do you have any? Do you have any upcoming shows coming up?
I do. I have
So
one.
let us know where we could, let us know where you
Oh, the whole shebang. This ain't just like a little. Oh, okay.
Go ahead,
Really wind back.
you got to promote yourself. Let's go.
Absolutely. So if you are in San Francisco, California on the 17th, I'm going to be performing at Juneteenth. Oh, wait. Is it 17th? I think it's calendar. But yeah, I write everything down. And then, if you're in Los Angeles, I'm going to be at the BET Experience. They have a showcase called I think it's called Hype Off Culture. Forgive me if I said it wrong, but I believe it's Hype Off Culture. They have like a showcase going on. I'll be performing at that. I'll put more information. I believe I'm on at 2 p.m.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
So yes, if you guys are down there for the experience, because it's just like, how BET do it before the BET Awards on Sunday. They do like a whole
yes.
Tag us, baby. Tag us and let us know what's going on.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And make sure everyone follows her.
For sure. But so far that's what's going on. And then if there's anything else that pops up, because I've been getting like hit up by a lot of people like, hey, can you come to this? Can you do that? But I just like to solidify things before I feel like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, and this. I like to make sure I have like the contract and the whole
yes, of course.
Thing. Like you say something and then everybody be like, no. I'm like,
yep.
That's why you wearing that jacket, girl. Ow.
Yo, Fatima, you really blazing hip hop and R&B, man.
I'll take it all.
That's what it is. All right, everybody. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Make sure you comment. Hey, look, everybody. This is the Lady Guru Show, and we are out of here.
Finally. Get out of y'all hoes. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I can't.
Plant your seeds, grow your flowers. The time is now. The world is ours. Plant your seeds, grow your flowers. The time is now. The world is ours. Plant your seeds, grow your flowers. The time is now. The world is ours. Plant your seeds, grow your flowers. The time is now. The world is ours.